The next article I wanted to talk about is titled Anti-Vaxxer Rick Wiles Blames Chinese Agents for His COVID-19 Infection. Now, I talked about Rick Wiles getting the virus like a couple of weeks ago, right? Or a week ago. I found out about it. And I found it absolutely fascinating. Now, as I said before, I do not want anybody to suffer. I don't want anybody to die. I'm not celebrating right now, even though Rick Wiles is indisputably a terrible person who makes the world a worse place by being here. Doesn't matter. I don't want anybody to die. That's my take on it, first and foremost. But I wanted to read this article and watch this clip that came along with it because this is basically his first public appearance since getting over the virus. I think he came out and announced on his website that he had the virus, or his staff did for him. So let's read this article and see what it has to say. This is written by Kyle Mantilla on rightwingwatch.org. End Times broadcaster Rick Wiles returned to his True News program Wednesday night for the first time since being hospitalized with COVID-19 last month. True to form, Wiles, who has spent the last year spreading baseless conspiracy theories about the virus and vaccine, returned to the air to claim that he had been deliberately infected by the medical mafia for exposing Dr. Anthony Fauci's supposed collusion with the Chinese government to create the virus and unleash the pandemic. Let's watch this clip by Rick Wiles' first appearance publicly talking about COVID-19 and his diagnosis since he got diagnosed.
There is a medical mafia in this country. I'm suggesting the CCP agents in America struck at me because I am calling for Fauci to be arrested and interrogated.
Why would Chinese agents in the United States care if you wanted Anthony Fauci arrested and interrogated? This is the deepest fucking conspiracy theory I have heard from this guy in a while, and he gets into them pretty deep. Something else I wanted to make note of. Notice his voice. Notice the difference in his voice. Let's listen to a clip from him from before he got sick, and then we'll listen to one just after he got sick.
I am not going to be vaccinated.
I join you in that.
I'm going to be one of the survivors.
Sounds fairly strong, right? He doesn't sound kind of weak or feeble or wispy, if you will. Listen to this one.
I'm suggesting the CCP. The only good thing that will come out of this.
You can tell his voice is kind of weaker or a little bit higher maybe after the diagnosis than before the diagnosis. Like I said, I don't revel in this. I don't want anybody to die or get hurt. I'm just honestly surprised that there was such a quick turnaround. I thought he would at least avoid the subject for a little while, but no, he's digging his heels right in. Let's keep listening.
Struck at me because I am calling for Fauci to be arrested and interrogated. Listen to me, I mean this with all my heart. If the China Communist Party is not stopped, most Americans may be dead in the next 5 years.
And on what authority do you say this? Like, why does he even think this? This is fucking bizarre. And you notice, like, the long pause beforehand? Listen to this shit.
Not stopped. Most Americans may be dead in the next 5 years.
That's how you know he's serious, the long pause. I don't know how he says such completely absurd bullshit with such confidence. That's fucking nuts.
Think about what I just said. A systematic genocidal plan to exterminate the American population over the next 5 years through a variety of biological weapons and vaccines.
This guy's gone completely off the deep end. Completely off the deep end. He's so deep in conspiracy land at this point, you can't see him from where you're standing. Where is he even coming up with this? This is fucking insane.
To the point that there's hardly anybody remaining alive in the country. China is deliberately exterminating the American population for the purpose of migrating hundreds of millions of Chinese settlers to North America.
Where did he come up with all of this? This is not rooted in fact in any way, shape, or form. Seriously, this is fucking baffling to me. How did he come to these conclusions? You know, I sat here and talked about this guy and the crazy shit that he said, a month ago or something. And I thought it was crazy then. This is the clip that came out about a month ago. Let's listen to this one. This is before he actually got sick.
I am not going to be vaccinated.
I join you in that.
I'm going to be one of the survivors. I'm going to survive the genocide. I am not going to allow the COVID maniacs to convince me to be vaccinated or vaccinate me against my will.
So at the time, this is May 3rd when this came out, I believe. He didn't believe that COVID was something that people should worry about at all, I guess. He thought it was just a plot to lock people down and take away their rights. That's my impression from it, or maybe he didn't think it was as serious as it is. I don't know. He thought the vaccine was more dangerous. He thought the vaccine was the most dangerous thing. He was afraid that the U.S. government was trying to use it as a way to kill people or something. Like, fucking absurd. Now, he's not talking about the vaccine anymore. Now, he's talking about how dangerous COVID itself is.
I know what I'm reading. I know what I'm seeing. There is a mass death campaign underway right now.
Now, he's not talking about COVID. He's talking about the vaccine. He believes there's this campaign by, like, the world governments to take people out via vaccination. This is just fucking absurd.
What people, they can write any article they want to write about me. They can do everything they can to deplatform me. I'm going to survive a global genocide.
Wouldn't it be something if he hadn't made it through the COVID hospitalization? Like I said, I'm glad he did. I don't wish death on anybody, period. But sitting here a month earlier and saying this shit, and then being hospitalized for COVID, it doesn't get more ironic than that. Is that the right word? Is that irony? I was hoping that his diagnosis would change his mind on it a little bit. It sounds to me like it only made things worse.
Everything they can to deplatform me. I'm going to survive a global genocide. The only good thing that will come out of this is a lot of stupid people will be killed off. And I'm saying stupid because they're not using their brain, their God-given brain, to make a decision for their own good.
This guy is one of the biggest conspiracy theorists that you'll come across. One of the biggest right-wing conspiracists that you'll find. In some ways, he's even crazier than Alex Jones, and Alex Jones is fucking up there. For some stupid reason, I was really hoping his COVID diagnosis was going to mellow him out, but it sounds like it only made it worse.